A Guide to Morality. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. The Islamic Perspective. The Moral Hierarchy. This chapter examines the multidimensional moral perspective in Islam, traversing from the collective moral basis, Ummah, or community, to the individual ethics of the self. The moral basis of the community. The three pillars shaping the boundaries of morality. 1. The objectivity of sacred law, Sharia, as the standard of rectitude. For a Muslim, morality is not difficult to define, as the legal and jurisprudential aspects of the religion clearly distinguish the moral from the immoral. If a Muslim adheres to Islamic law, Sharia, they exist within a state of morality, and no one has the right to judge them otherwise. Take, for example, the obligation of zakat, almsgiving. If a wealthy merchant possesses a vast fortune and pays exactly the requisite 2.5% to the poor, he has, by the definition of the law, fulfilled his moral obligation completely. An outside observer might subjectively label him as stingy for not giving more of his millions, but within the framework of the religion, he is in a state of rectitude. The law acts as a shield. Because he has adhered to the divine command, his morality is objective and protected, rendering the subjective opinions of society irrelevant. 2. Legal pluralism and the mercy of juristic divergence, or Ikhtilaf. Furthermore, Islamic law respects the plurality of viewpoints. This is evident in the differences between the four Madhabs, schools of law, where a ruling on a specific subject may raise concern in one school, yet be totally acceptable in another. For example, touching one's spouse breaks the state of ritual purity, wudu, in the Shafi'i school, requiring renewal before prayer, whereas in the Hanafi school, it does not break the wudu and the prayer remains valid. This concept is rooted in the prophetic tradition. The divergence of opinion in my community is a mercy. This clearly frames the difference in legal understanding, not as a flaw, but as a divine mercy. 3. The infallibility of consensus, Ijma, and the resilience of orthodoxy. Additionally, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ established that the moral integrity of the community is protected by consensus, stating, "My community does not congregate on a misguidance." This is why traditional schools of Islam have withstood constant attempts to undermine them, attempts made century after century by groups the Prophet described as Khawarij, those who stepped outside the community. This perfectly illustrates the hadith mentioned earlier regarding misguidance. While historical intrusions have occurred recurrently, they have also been recurrently dismantled by the orthodox consensus. These three pillars, Sharia, Ikhtilaf, and Ijma, serve as the robust framework that preserves a shared moral consensus across the entire body of the community. Having established this dimension represents what we might describe as the minimum requirement, shaping the baseline commitment of the Muslim individual to the moral dictates of the religion. However, since Islam addresses first and foremost the spiritual elevation and education of the individual, this communal dimension constitutes only the most external layer of moral understanding. The core reality of morality lies far deeper than these boundaries.